Hey, what's going on, missioners? A principle that I want to apply here with dating older women. Despise the free lunch. And what that means is, in dating older women, if you are dating an older woman, because I've seen this with Keisha Cole and her boyfriend. I forgot what his name is. That's how irrelevant he is to me. Where she's established, and when I was watching the interview with him and Nick Cannon, it looked so much like she was controlling him. And one of my friends put me onto it. Like she Instagram scrolled and stalked the nigga, captured him, and she got a baby by the nigga. And that's what it looks like on camera, dead ass. And I had to come up with a thorough understanding of like, yo, you gotta be really careful when it comes to dating older women who are established, or even doing business with them, because when you look at the principle, despise the free lunch. One of the things that he says very profoundly is that the perception of you can put you in a position that is so weak, not because of what you actually have, but because of the perception that you hold. You feel me? So when I was looking at it, and I was looking at the body language, every time she would look at him, she would open up her eyeballs, or she would look at him like a mother would do to a son, where she said, "You boy, you better say the right thing. Don't come in here with no foolishness, or I'm gonna leave you at the train." Even Wendy Williams said, "Yo, what you doing dating a 23-year-old boy?" Like, he's the type to say, she's like, in the words of Gilly, say, "Yo, he's Bobby Black." Yo, he's Bobby Back Blow, where you call him to blow your back out, and then that's it. But if you're dealing with this young bull, he seems like he was a person on the rise. She probably saw his pain and capitalized on it, and he accepted the fact that she can get him to places, because he's probably not confident in himself enough to say, "I can put myself on, I'm good." And that's why I say despise the free lunch, because she gave him the free lunch, and she controls him in a way where it's like, yo, you when we in public, she probably says it at home. This is what you can't say, this is what you can't say. And when you look at the premiere of her show, it says the Keisha Cole show, like they're not together. And like it's like he's riding her coattail per se. And it's so obvious. It's so obvious that she's controlling him. And the reason why I say it, because I've been there. Where like when you're not fully established, you kind of, and that's where he was, because I saw myself in him, where he had to be mute. He couldn't really say much, and he was not the superstar. And of course, he's not the superstar of the relationship, but I think she got pregnant by him, because that can be a control tactic because he don't blow up and start looking at other women. Because when you're in that position of the music industry, it's easy to see, and even Wendy Williams said it, like, you stuck with me or I'm stuck with you because we had this child, right? And she probably throws a whole bunch of ultimatums at him and all this other stuff, because he's not fully confident in the fact that I don't need you. And when you're 23, and I even like the way Wendy Williams said, he has his whole life ahead of him. So it's easy for him to say like, yo, it's easy to say, yo, I saw the next bad chick over there who's more popping than you on Instagram, who's more popping than you right now. And it's so easy because he's young. He's a new father, and like kind of like what Nick Cannon said in the interview, like, she made me a man, she taught me so many things, but they're not together. So to me, how I was seeing it is like he was seeing his future, because it was like with Nick Cannon, where it's like, you're not together with the old chick no more. And when he said, yo, I think he was trying to hint to the young man, like, yo, that's your elder, bro. And when I say your elder, meaning somebody who is not of the same generation as you, Somebody who's gonna tell you what to do, control you, and think a certain way where y'all clash because y'all don't come from that same understanding. So him having like a younger mindset and him being my age, 23, 24, I'm like, yo, what you doing with this 37-year-old chick? And I've seen it because with women that's older than me, I often and that's what he looks like. It looks like to me, it looks like she's sucking his energy to refuel what she lost in herself. And that's what it looked like. You could see it like energetically, like that's what it was happening. And he fell for it. He fell for the older woman who kind of lost her vibe. And she even said that in the interview, I was lost for years. And he gave her revigor per se. So I'm not saying it's totally horrible, but there are some huge red flags. You could just see in the body language of, yo, she doesn't look like somebody he should be having a kid with and being tied for forever. It looks like, in my opinion, a couple years, like it's gonna look like what Nick Cannon was going through. Where Nick Cannon is, where it's like, yo, she helped mold, shape me. I learned a lot from her, but it's like, I feel, in my opinion, what I from my personal experience, if he developed his confidence and his self-esteem, he would realize he don't really need it as much as he thinks he does. And I think that's why she had a child with him, so he doesn't feel he has to. He always feels obligated to her, and that's some scary shit. But yeah, despise the free lunch, because he took the free lunch and. He meaning the free offers, the free status, the free money, the free rides. And he even said something that you really need to pay attention to in the interview. He talked about, yo, if I don't got it, I can be honest about that. I said at 23, he probably don't got it. And that's a scary position, because when you get the free lunch, when it's okay for him to be broke and not have no money, and like, even it's crazy. Like, you think about it, Nick Cannon was really trying to whisper to him, like, yo, get out while you can. And he wasn't really picking up on it. And he had to switch the topic because Keyshia Cole was being controlling and like, yo, what you talking about? And like, and try to get all offensive. And like, he was low key. I think Nick Cannon was trying to warn the young man, and like, yo, if you like, that's why he's developing his own right now, Nick Cannon. Like, when he started to develop his own, he probably realized, like, yo, I was always a breadwinner. I was always this and I was always that. So I feel like it's a little bit too toxic to me, to what it looks like to me. And I'm growing out of that situation to some respect right now myself, where you gotta despise the free lunch, because if you take a handout, the hand that feeds you is the hand that controls you. So, the hand that feeds you is the hand that controls you. So if she's feeding him, he's gonna do everything that she tells him to do, so he can have the quote unquote success and quote unquote luxury and lifestyle. And if they don't learn to really be like yin and yang, they're gonna fuck around and break up, because like my friend even put me onto, like, she looked like she saw him, looked like a good opportunity, snatched him up, and then had a baby. You know what I'm saying? I said, what? Because, like, think about it. What is almost a 40-year-old woman, almost somebody double his age, doing with somebody who is just starting out in life? And usually, because I know the experience of talking to older women, I put some pep in their step. You feel what I'm saying? But until we start noticing our differences, you feel what I'm saying? Because my perspective, especially when she has children already, my perspective on life and where I am in life is, especially when it comes to success, where I'm single, doing whatever I want to do, and you have to have the obligation of kids, and I think that's what she locked him into. He's always gonna have obligation due to her.